Welcome in. Welcome in. We're back at it again. This is really a good place for us, right? I mean, it really is. This is a happy, connective vibe. That's why I call it the connective vibe. We're trying to connect with each other because we don't want to disconnect, divide, and conquer. And we already had enough of that play. That play's worn out, man. Divide and conquer, lower frequency vibration, game over, game over. Done with that game. And humanity is waking up to the place to be realize, put aside all our lackluster differences that were created by the paradigm to make us divide against each other. That's not the face-off. We have more in common. Don't matter what your skin color looks like or the color of your hair, the color of your eyes. Are you connected? Yes. And us thinking we're divided, it's not really facts. But on the lower 3D, it acts that way because we see it. But on the higher realms, it's not. That's where you would be, are your brother's keeper. The key word, go look up what that word means, keeper. Because we may misuse it at times to something it doesn't mean. But anyways, welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. Do you feel the tingles begin? Welcome in, welcome in. It's a song back in the day. I can remember those words, but I can't put a name on it right now, but I kind of remember that. But anyways, not anyways, there's one way, and it may be a different way for you than me. But anyways, see how things become habitual? And by breaking habits, you're making changes to yourself and frequency and vibrations. You actually break the matrix algorithm because computers love the algorithm. I mean, we see it here. We see it on YouTube and all this analytic stuff. It's all about algorithms, right? We're looking at real rhythms and frequency and vibration, not them that create a false reality or false identity or false matrix. Because matrix also is the womb. There is actually some great womb, and don't take that wrong, but I mean there's some organic wombing that we come from and we've gone through in every aspect of the mother, the great mother. But anyways, man, we got into that 3D reality, judgment versus discernment. We got into the 3D reality of expectations of others by trying to almost commit sorcery on them, even though we have supposed to have a spiritual understanding and we're trying to give them our will. And that's a no. That's why your discernment has to work, because there's times you got to go. I remember there was somebody that I had built a relationship with them, and I had discerned that through pressures of others, and this was a very spiritual relationship to me, but the discernment of the others in their life was going to convolute that aspect of connection of us. And I had told somebody very dear to me in the past about this, and then they go, my God, you said that and it happened. I go, yeah, I seen it. I seen it happening. And it wasn't because they told me, it's because I was discerning it. And they were starting to say it without saying it. I was discerning them and kind of reading the mail without being told where the mail was at. I just had picked up on it and knew that they were going to have that type of dealing. And it was for me, which I was really, really, really solidly loved what we were doing as a team together consciously. But I also knew this part was coming and I had to let it go and not judge it and not discern it. No, discern it completely, which I did. But it was kind of tough, but not tough, if you know what I mean. Because it's like the reality of what goes on, that some people are just in your life for short periods of times, a karmic, which are more karmic relationship. And some people are in your life more as a twin flame or a soulmate. And I had really realized that, and I really there was aspect of me going, man, because I really seen what that person had and has and what it lit up in our connection, but I also knew the pressure was coming, and it came, or I had to even step back, and I did. And when I stepped back, it was the other person who kind of observed this, where it's like, man, you said that. That's exactly what happened. It made them have more, I guess, kind of belief in me. But what I wanted them to see, don't believe in me, believe that this aspect actually is available to you, that we have these capabilities and abilities / capabilities, like a superhero. Put a cape on your abilities, they become capabilities. And we want to open up the capabilities to become abilities. We don't need to be Superman, and we don't need to spit in the wind, and we don't need to pull the mask off the old Lone Ranger. We need to walk into our purpose. And sometimes the purpose that we walk into will give us these literal teachings in our relationships in our life that make you go, wow. Yeah. And that's not happened once recently. It's actually happened into somebody I was in a very long-term relationship with, and certain things kept repeating over and over, that I had to really be aware of it into a deeper way of realizing that some things are just temporal and some things are just that, and some things don't change in the aspect of what maturity is, relationships are. This could be friends, this could be family, this could be loved ones, this could be anybody that you're in a relationship. We don't pick our family, but we pick our friends and people outside them. So when I see certain people that got connected to me, even some a long term, and then seeing that the same behaviors manifested again, that hurt certain people, that I had to actually pull back, even though it was kind of disheartening, but the reality was becoming more and more reality to me. And we have to discern and make these diagnostics on ourselves. Is this long-term, short-term, medium-term, or just, some things are just very much karmic, even to the place that you meet somebody karmic that pisses you off, and it was to show you something about yourself, and they were long gone. They weren't going to stay around you much. They just revealed something about you to you. That can happen on short-term reality, to get you to a place of reality, to even maybe you stop doing certain things, or really realize the growth in going another way, or maybe making tweaks to yourself on how you connect, or how you what you give and how you transport and put into something and pull out of something, right? But anyways, man, this thought came to me about a few weeks ago, and I actually had written it down when I was in the thought and was looking at something. We all look at certain things. We look at like these different, whatever religion, whatever practice you have, whatever you came out of, when you have came out of, and most of us in the West come out of Christianity, maybe some Muslims, maybe you're practicing, because those aren't the limits. That's the Western usually religions, but being, and I know I have a lot of people from what my, when I look at my numbers here, or my graphs of who watches me, I have a lot of people watching from India. And I was like, kind of in some other countries, I have actually a whole lot of people watching from different parts of the world. And you may have your religion to that world. Mostly people come out and get awakened will come out of even the religion, no matter if it's Hinduism, because they all can be religiousized. Buddhism can be religiousized. Yeah, it can be, and has been. And these different practices and different things. So, have you ever went on a journey, like a retreat, like to maybe have natural medicine, or have an enlightenment with any kind of natural thing to help you have an enlightenment or have an experience that might become tribal, depending on if you're, Native American or anywhere that would have these shamanic practices, and you could get judged for it, right? Or why do Buddhist monks do certain things? Why do they not participate with a lot of outer energetic field, but they take on this place of being very selfless, right? And what I wanted to talk about was when you look at that, because selflessness and selfishness can be interchangeable. And you say, how? The more you worry about your divine self is being, you could say selfish, but that selfish will actually open up a door for you to be more inclusive in yourself because you're expanding. Selfishness through ego is not expansive, but restraint. It restrains you into being rude, not caring, not sharing, not, almost to the point where you become not having any kind of empathy or sympathy if it gets worse and worse and progresses and you don't make changes. So I'm looking at the monk, and what I was thinking about the monk was in the word monk. We're definitely here with etymology, and we definitely get into etymology, and I didn't put in, I'm going to share a screen of something I wrote a few weeks ago, just in my writing. A lot of times I'll write, or I actually will either write some, dawdle some things down, but then I will go and actually my recorder on my phone and just go and record stuff. And then I'll go and repeat it on Word, what I recorded, and then, or even put my recorder up to the word processing because you can actually speak into it and it will write for you right on Word, and put my recorder there and let my recorder speak and let it, it type it out for me. So we're going to actually do that. I have written something the other day that I had got in the word of the monk. And it was something that I've thought about. So notice, when I go into this, I'm thinking about the monk. When I think about the monk, I think of the monk goes into meditation, it goes into isolation, it stops learning how to take on all the success thoughts. That's why they would even call the monkey mind. So think about this. We're going to put this together and see how this works with this thought, because it kind of goes into what I was just said, but also enriching to your soul if you can see it and feel it. But the monk, the monk, the monkey. It was a key for the monk. And I think about that. The monk, the monkey, was a key for the monk. Monkey. The key for the monk to be a monk was there was a monkey involved in the monkey. The monk has a key, they call it a monkey. This monk that was the key is actually the monkey mind. The key was that the monk found out that the monkey had a key, that's why it's called a monkey, and it will. The key was to the higher mind out of the monkey mind, the cluttered thoughts, many different thoughts that really added to nothing to help anybody. So the mind melts into the heart center and integrates, which allows the monk who took the key and took it within himself and took the monkey, or the key of the monk, to unlock the monk within with the monkey mind by going through the process of knowing you have a monkey mind, right? All these thoughts just pour out when you try to sit still, especially when you start learning to meditate. We look at it as an opposition to our consciousness, but I'm going to flip this. It's really not an opposition. It's you transmuting this. This is actually alchemy. How this alchemy works, I love this. It's called revelation time. This is why we're off the cuff today with the monkey mind. We're going off the cuff with the monkey. Is it a key or is it a monkey? The monk, the key of the monkey. The monkey, the key of the monk. Why? Is because when you go through this process of realizing that you have a monkey mind, you have all these thoughts just boom, 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 just thrown at you when you learn to try to meditate. It wasn't the opposition of the monkey mind. It was finding that the monkey mind had a key. And the key that it had to find within that was the transmutation from the monkey to the monk through integration, which is alchemy, taking the monkey mind and learning that the monkey mind, when you get the key from the monkey, you'll become the monk, integrated, which allows the monk took the key on and took the monkey or the key of the monk to unlock the monk within, because the monk's not outside himself. That's the monkey mind was what he had to, was the key, like the 3D reality. He had to get through the thought process of overwhelming a bunch of thoughts that were meaningless to him. But when he got the key from that, he was able to unlock through the stillness himself into the monk. Ooh, think about this. And this wasn't my message. I just got this the last 3 minutes. I started revelating. I put it, that's why you heard me clap, because I go, I just seen something I didn't even see when I decided to do this. This is what I'm talking, folks. The reality of the reality of the reality you're creating, you're awakening, you're tearing back layers. So the monk's layers is to take away the monkey mind. But out of the monkey mind, there's a key. The monkey to become the monk with it. The monkey mind actually has an aspect of it that you can go through integration of silence and complete noise. There's a key called the monkey mind. We call it the monkey mind. That's where it comes from, the monks. It comes from Buddhism. It may even be in Hinduism, but I'm not sure. But I know it's Buddhist teaching, the monkey mind. And I would believe through meditation, it probably is in Hinduism too, who are meditators. Anybody who meditates knows when you start trying to. I just had somebody tell me, my sister told me a few years ago, I tried to, and it's just too hard. The key is anything that's hard will give you is worth a lot. Anything easy, it don't last. It's temporal. That's what illusions are. They're temporal. Not that they aren't real. You hear that? You hear that knock? That's wood I'm knocking on, where I'm sitting. But guess what? It is an illusion. It's really just energy. But in the 3D reality, it's standing still, solid. But in the next reality of densities, as you go up, it's just energetic. It's really not there. And that was the key to stillness, to always chaotic mind. And the monkey mind had the monk's key in it. Once it got the key of integration, which is alchemy, it was able to unlock the monk within through the key of the monkey mind. Think about it. Think about what I just said. I'm talking real stuff. I'm just revelated on this. What I came was to kind of put this for, because you can kind of put it together. But when I seen this a few minutes ago, maybe 3, 4, 5 minutes ago, I go, gosh dang, I see this deeper. The monk becomes the monk when he goes through the monkey mind. When he takes the key of the monkey mind, which is complete chaos, is it learns a silence meditation. Meditation is the key of the monk and the monkey. If you take the monkey's mind's key out, which is meditation, it unlocks the monk within to now blossom as a bud. And the monk within comes through shining, has the reality that the monk inherited through the coding of alchemy within. The monkey now becomes the monk through the integration alchemy process of turning the noisy left side of the brain, logical mind, to the right side of intuition. Now the silence. Remember, God is in the silence is the all. To the monkey mind of just talk, chatter, to silencing the chatter through Om. frequency and vibration of silence. I hear the sound of silence. It's the all, but yet quiet. I'm telling you, this is really powerful. So this came to me a few weeks ago, and I just had to really share it. Think about it. The key of the monk is the monkey. Powerful. And these depth stuff will come to you when you're integrated within. You can be doing anything and revelate off anything, and then you start jot stuff down. I have to, because I may not remember later. I really may not remember later at all. Because this is in a state of a higher frequency. When you kind of drop back down your frequency level, and let me change that. Frequency, this is another thing, the frequency vibration, we use these words. Vibration is mood. Frequency is your path. Frequency is a life path. Vibration can be a mood. Because you can get angry, you can get happy. This happens like a graph. But your life path is your frequency, which is it's there. That light, that energetic field is there. Your higher self is your future self. You're talking out rewriting your reality in your life path. That means going past fate into creating new. Come on now. Going past the fate and going to creating something anew. It's in the frequency, which is your whole path of reality. Vibration can be mood changes, can be your mood from 1 minute to the next, can be your mood from one day to the next. Not in a good mood today, and your mood could be down today. I mean, you could lost a loved one. It could be you lost your job, whatever it could be, but your frequency is different than your vibration. We're going to get into this. Frequency and vibration will be something that we will look deeper into. But this went with the monkey. It actually goes with the monk and the monkey too, the frequency and wow. The monk gets the frequency by changing the key, was differentiating the vibration of the frequency. Harmonize, baby, harmonize. You guys have a great and wonderful day. Man, I love this. This is a good one.